So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of My Everyday Problems. As some of you may know, my channel doesn't just consist of repairs, it is about creation. In this particular case, it's not a art project or anything like that, but a little more important matter. I have created homemade flea traps. Because anybody that has a little furry buddy, just like Mittens, yeah. So she's not very happy with me. She just got out of a flea bath. But that's besides the point. She had to have it done. And this is one of the key things that we need to remember is no matter if it's a kitty cat or a doggy, because if it's your fur baby, they absolutely need a flea bath. And especially during the summer months. And you should always remember that fleas don't just come out throughout the summer. They're actually active all year round. So let's keep that in mind as we proceed. So we set up 2 flea traps in our apartment, and these are results of 2 flea traps. This one here has been out for right around, I'm gonna say about 25 to 30 hours. I would have to look for sure to know exactly how long this trap has been out, but how long it's really been out, kind of irrelevant, but it's useful to know that this is results that we get. So let's zoom in here. There is a massive amount of fleas in each one of these traps. As you can see, even got a couple spiders and fruit flies and 1 or 2 ants in there as well. The ants I actually feel bad for because they didn't deserve to die. But we need to keep in mind this one hasn't been out nearly as long as this one. This one's actually been sitting for about roughly 2 days. So almost 48 hours. And look, a lot of these smaller speckles in here, like that. Sorry for the shaky hands, I never do so well with that. But many of those small specks are also little tiny baby fleas. Not really baby fleas, but they're fleas that have not fully developed into adults just yet. Now, I don't know about you, but this is just a massive amount of fleas. Oh, there's a fruit fly. Sorry, little fruit fly. You didn't deserve to die. But it's something to consider. As you will be seeing, I'm gonna run a little bit of video. There's not necessarily gonna be audio to it, and I am also going to add in a kind of a little fact and myth section into this video as well. Just so that way we understand what's going on. And I'm gonna show you this trap, the one that was over here, was set up right underneath this little table here. And the second trap was set up underneath this light here. So I'll explain throughout the rest of the video, when I go ahead and roll this, how exactly this whole process works, and to why you should always set up something like this if you have any kind of pets running around, or if you live in, say, an apartment building where there's several other animals in it. The fleas, they'll migrate from one section of a house to another, especially if it's not really sealed off from the other individual units. So, we're gonna go ahead and roll the rest of this footage. Thanks for watching. I'm probably gonna do a voiceover, but I don't know. Please pass this video on to your friends that have little fur babies, because fleas are active all year round and need to be taken care of. Mittens has something on her face, Dad. And thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm going to reset this trap, and I figured I would show you exactly how I do this. So this time around, I am going to set this trap out here in what is basically supposed to be my workspace for computers and electronics repair stuff that I do on the channel. But unfortunately, I've had to use this as a cat room for the last about 3 days, because this is usually where the kitty does her business and everything like that, and I had to remove her from our bedroom until we can kind of nip this flea problem, being that she just had a flea bath. I don't want to have her out here while I have the trap set. So let's go ahead and get started. I actually pulled a flea off of myself here a minute ago, and he is trapped between my fingers. So let's go ahead and reset this trap. So what you want to do is add about an inch, or maybe an inch or so of water. You want to make sure that there's not you want to make sure that there's not too little, so that way when you set this trap, that the fleas will be able to get out of it. Or I guess I should say, so that way you know that the fleas can get in it. The average flea can jump about 12 inches into the air. So this is pretty much a good little setup. These trays cost like $1 at the dollar store or whatever. Go ahead and get yourself some good Dawn dish soap. And then we're just gonna go ahead and drizzle some soap down in here. Now I stir it up a little bit just to make sure that the soap has got into the water nice and thoroughly, nice and mixed up, but not so much that it's sudding around. So because if it's sudding around, the fleas may be able to jump off of the suds and get back out of the trap. So we have our light that we picked up from the Goodwill. It cost us right around $1.50. It's labeled as $3, which you'll see in a little bit of the other footage. I already filmed this once, but I didn't have no audio set up with it, so I figured I would go ahead and refilm it with audio instead of just having to do a voiceover to this video. Let's go ahead and turn on our light. So right as I had stopped filming here, another flea jumped on my foot, and I thought I would have another satisfying flea death. So here we go. You seen how fast that was? He is already a goner.